Friends and enemies, come with me on day 6 of my trip to Guatemala. I signed up for 7 a.m. yoga even though I haven't done yoga in a million years, but it was really worth it because I got this amazing view of the lake, plus there was a dog wandering around checking out our form. After grabbing free breakfast of French toast, our Globe Guatemala group trip headed out on a village hopping tour around the lake. I think I was the only person who put on a life vest, but it wasn't really needed because this was probably the smoothest lancha ride throughout the trip. The first village we headed to was San Pedro La Laguna, where we visited so many local indigenous businesses. We first checked out an artisan chocolate store where we got to taste many different cacao beans and try out different cocoa-based products.
Arriba,
Abajo,
abajo,
al centro,
al centro,
movimiento sexy,
sexy,
y para adentro.
y para adentro.
I'm really mad I didn't buy any of this chocolate rum because it really tasted like an espresso martini, but I was able to get a body lotion with citronella and cocoa butter because I was running out of lotion and I really need the citronella for the bug bites. After a short walk uphill, we headed over to a bee farm where we learned about stingless bees, and I wasn't allowed to take any footage inside the store, but we did get a chance to try out a variety of honey-based products. Our final stop in San Pedro was a women's weaving co-op where we watched a demonstration on how Mayan women weave these traditional fabrics. After some shopping and a quick lancha ride over to Santiago, we got lunch at this restaurant right by the docks. Our tour guide recommended that we get the fried fish from the lake, and when I asked him what kind of fish it was, he said, it's fried fish from the lake. The presentation of my meal was probably my favorite part of it, and like the Filipino and influencer that I am, I influenced my group to also eat their fried fish with their hands. After lunch, our tour guide was like, okay, so we can go to one place and then be done, or we can take a tuk-tuk ride and go to 5 different places for a little bit extra, and we're like, duh, we're gonna take the tuk-tuk ride. I'm mad I didn't get a chance to capture all of it, but the first place we went to was a shaman's house. This beautiful viewpoint overlooking the lake, the shores of the lake where we saw how indigenous Mayan women do their laundry, a historic church with this beautiful courtyard, and an art gallery where we got to ball out on some paintings. Once we were done shopping, we headed back to Free Cervezas to get ready for power hour, dinner, beer pong tournament, and the highly anticipated after party at Azul Rosa. Azul Rosa is this like beach bar club area that's outside of the Salina hostel in Panajachal, and while we were technically supposed to be partying there, a lot of us ended up in the actual Salina bar because the music was much better. Somehow I finessed my way into getting drunk as fuck without paying for any of my drinks that night, mostly because I befriended these women who were hanging out with these tech bros who bought a bottle of what I think was vodka, and they kept pouring shots and mixed drinks with it. By the time it was 1 a.m., we somehow made it back to our lancha, but once we got back to the hostel, I decided that the best way to sober up was to yap my ass off until 3 a.m. with a bunch of other people from the hostel. Once I felt good enough to fall asleep without throwing up, I got ready for bed. Like and follow for day 7.